Like they talking about it like they not sorry about. They ain't sorry about it. They ain't they promoting whatever new shit they doing. I think it's disgraceful a little bit because if they had an issue with any of them, I don't know the intricacies. Well, I know a slight little bit of the intricacies because I spoke to Gorilla Hebrew. But if they had an issue, they could have kept that shit private. Like I don't think we should have known about it. To be honest, I think they should have kept it to themselves. That way, if they would have been able to make amends for whatever disagreement they had, they could have been back together. Like it's almost like they ain't waste no time to putting out videos. Join my group. This other cat, these other two guys made a whole damn new shirt. They on the damn live stream talk about what do y'all think of this new logo? What do y'all think of this? Man, shut the fuck up. So that's how I feel about it.
Oh, okay. It was like 6 of them, and
Oh shit.
yeah, 6 of them. So five left, and one got put out, and the two, Deacon and what's his name, Saw. Yeah, they got their own thing, and then the other 4 brothers, they got their own thing now too.
That's
Camp
how
they
you know,
call it.
right? That's how you know it's not a. That's how you know it got to be more than they trying to be all nice with it, which is another stupid thing. Like because there's no way. Me and Garfield is together. I'm using Garfield as an example because he just unmuted. And me and Garfield are together, and we done built this shit. He's number one, I'm number two, and then as a number two, I lead what we built. You're not telling me that, yeah, we still cool and shit like that. Don't even make sense. And I don't know why would they would expect anybody to believe that.
Hey Cap, when I saw Deacon, I'm sorry, Drew. Do you want to say something after that? I didn't want to cut you
Go
off.
ahead, Garfield. No, you good.
I mean, bro, a couple weeks ago, Deacon texted me, right? I was asking me a bunch of questions, like 1 in the morning. He knew I'm an East Coast cat, right? And he was willing to drill me about a certain topic. And I'm like, and then I thought about it for a minute. I'm like, these questions he's asking, not that they're questions to let you leave a group, but I'm curious if they were having a battle over these questions that he's asking me. And these were like historical foundation questions regarding Israelites in Africa, West Africa, and so forth. And I'm saying to myself, I wonder what's going on. But I'm going to add on in a little bit.
Was you going to say something, Drew? I like to call you Ariella.
Oh, thank you. No, yeah, because the only thing is that they're saying it's not doctrine issues, it's not financial, and no sin is involved. I mean, I don't know what else it could be, but that's what they're saying.
It's like they damn near getting rid of everything. The only thing it could be is I hate my brother.
Right.
If it ain't none of those things, what else could it be? Like, so that's just how I look at it. And I had when I had saw the last video I saw with somebody left, I actually had reached out to Gorilla Hebrew because I made a public post saying like the truth is not free agency. Like you're not about to get a max deal because you left some camp, and that's the post that I made. And I called Gorilla Hebrew before I did it, so he can understand where I'm coming from because he and I, we don't have no issue, and I didn't want him to think because I don't know what people are saying about them or whatever the case may be. So I didn't want him to think I was using it as an opportunity to say something about him directly, but just addressing the situation. And I think it's stupid and ugly. It shows we haven't learned no lesson. Like a lot of us that come out of, so that's why I opened the show with the buy the truth, sell it not, because all of them are selling the truth. That's what they all doing. Ain't none of them to me, I don't think none of them give a fuck about the truth because of the way they carry themselves. He was forced to say something because I think Hassad and then Deacon came out with their grandiose exits, and then that put him in a position to have to say something.
For Hassad to get put out, like what else can you get put out unless it's somebody sinned? I don't understand why would you put someone out of camp unless they sin? And I mean, then are they are you not giving them room for repentance? Like the whole thing just seems weird to me.
So, but yeah, it's a stupid ass situation. That I will say.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Racha HaKwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to you other brethren, you fellow believers and followers of this truth, you supporters of this ministry, right? And shalom to the Lord's elect. So anyway, I ran across this video. Lord willing to be edifying, I'll go into a chapter and maybe just a few scriptures. This guy, the captain, let me call him by his title, Captain Tazaryach. He's giving his honest opinion on his situation with these guys that rose to fame in a short amount of time, and then they got enough following, and then they split, and then now they got shirts, and they selling T-shirts, and they selling all kind of matter of apparels. They're even selling marriages, right? Counseling, marriage counseling. If you, one of them said, if you're a woman and you live alone and you need an Israelite to counsel you, call them, and they got a hotline, and they got a hotline that you can call and get special counselors. So these guys are hustlers, right? And a lot of this is the young generation just, the rap music isn't doing it anymore to some degree, but on this side of religion, and I would say so-called religion, these younger people, they're being swindled by seeing so-called black men out cursing out white people and bringing out things that we done already brought out, and they haven't even passed the fact of black people, right? Israelites can look like all nations. And these groups hate us for that, including the Isupk, right? So we're going to tell it like it is. And this is the example of when you tell the truth, how you're hated, right? So I'm going to read some comments. But first I'm going to go to Proverbs 29:1. It says, stubborn people who repeatedly refuse to accept correction will suddenly be broken and never recover. Right? And we've done, this is the TPT version. They got so many versions. But I think this sounds pretty good, right? So you got so many these Israelites who's been coming against us because we've been trying to teach them. As Paul said, have I become your enemy because I tell you the truth, right? We're telling them about the laws. We're telling them about the mark, right? Which they do believe. The Sakari, the Hassad, the Hassads, and whoever else. But we get on them about going off on doctrine, and we're fighting and contending for doctrine. But what they do is they put up pictures of men and try to make a sideshow out of us, and saying we mess with little girls and things like that. This is where it's skewed into a deep demonic atmosphere, so to speak. And these guys, they're becoming more and more wicked. Now they're breaking off Genesis this and Genesis that, right? But you can clearly see that something had to be wrong for them to break off, unless there was some agent-related activity on both parts, which I'm kind of not thinking so. Hassad gets kicked out, and the worst thing that happened is they want to try to keep it in-house and try to clean it up and say we still love those brothers. It's not this, it's not that. You know why they do that? I'm going to tell you one reason why they do that. It's because of the hustle. Because if people start seeing that these guys are not agreeing, then they're going to start questioning doctrine. And they don't want to do that. So they're all going to break off and start new doctrines. Guarantee it. They're going to start new doctrines, and they both are trying to keep the hustle going. They just hustling the truth. Captain Tazaryach is right on that. Captain Tazaryach is wrong in his doctrine. Him and Garfield, I don't know what's up with that. Can two walk together lest they be agreed, right? But, hey, man, let's read some comments. Isupk, Captain, you sounding goofy. Now you don't know who Hassad and Deacon are. That's some slick hating SHIT. Yeah. Slick hating. See what happens when you start telling the truth, how much you become hated, and how much you dislike. Seems like the ISUPK is taking a page out of the Great Millstone book. Let's be honest. We the only ones do that. Now, they do go in on other groups they're mad at or whatever, but we don't hold back, man. We'll tell it like it is. Captain was on 85 South show acting just like them, drinking tequila. You might as well start smoking. You're supposed to be an example with some type of platform. But you see how they was already thinking, talking about he was on the show and so forth. But they didn't say this until he said something about the deacon and Hassad. It's all corny to me. It's all fraudulent to me, you ask me, right? Somebody said they disagree in doctrine, for it is written, can two walk together lest they be agreed? People are acting like these camps are the truth itself. Camps have actually been causing a lot of division. Well, I mean, didn't the Messiah cause division? Did you read Matthew 13? Who have ears to let them hear, let them hear. And when the disciples came and he asked, why did you speak to them in parables? He said, it's because it's given to you to know the mystery. So he's kind of back talking to other people. That's why I spoke in parables. So they didn't get it. Yeah, that was a camp Yahushua was in. Think about it. Right? Didn't he say, yea, come to bring division in Matthew 10:35 of your families and everything else? You're damn right. The Israelite camps that you see today were never meant to get together and be all one. This fight continues as it did in the past, as it did in ancient times. That's not going to happen until we get to the kingdom, when all things are set straight. Simply because the pride and the inability to address doctrinal differences, as there is only one truth. Right, that's what we say. So how do y'all have those unity camps? I don't understand that either. And we don't need camps for this. Right? Okay. Well, where you at? Where you at? All these guys that talking about they don't need camps, there were always camps. Well, where you at? Where you at teaching? You don't need camps because you ain't got it in you to work with other men. Paul had camps. The churches where he went and got men. There was always camps. Some men separated, but they was in the same doctrine. Anyway, at the end of the day, whoever the name of business is registered under, that's who own the rights to the camp. It's a big mess, right? And when you speak up and tell the truth, this is exactly what happens. Let me go on down. A godly leader who values justice is a great strength, an example to the people. But the one who sells influence for money tears down that what is right. Yeah, that's what they do. They sell influence, right? Come buy this shirt. I'm Genesis now. This is madness, and everybody should know it, right? Now the scriptures do say, if it's not of the Lord, it shall not remain. You know, whenever you see a guy that jumps from camp to camp to camp to camp, he's unstable. There's something wrong. Not saying that doesn't happen sometime. I was in another group, but I left one group and I came in a group and I'm still here at this group. Anyway, flattery can often be used as a trap to hide ulterior motives. This is exactly what they did. It was all like, we love them brothers. We love them, man. We're cool. We this, we that. It's always used to hide ulterior motives, man. If any of you people can't see it, then something is wrong with you. But you know, we're in a situation where someone may look up to someone so much that you're going to defend them, right? And I think everybody's like that. You got a leader and somebody says something about them, you're going to be defensive. But the key is truth. Is he telling the truth? Right? We do kind of have our own minds on certain things. We might not agree with everything, said at some point, but for the most part, we suffer it and then the Lord will bring it to light and show it, not cause divisions. It says motives. It says they often are used to trap, to hide ulterior motives, and to take advantage of you. The wicked always have a trap laid for others, but the love of God escape as they sing and shout, enjoying this triumphant. Right? It says you can recognize fools by the way they give full vent to their rage and let their words fly. Right? But the wise bite their tongues and hold back all that they could say. And, you know, this goes for me as well. There's times I would raise up and get enraged, you know, for something I believe is right, you know, but a lot of this is going into negativity, right? It says, when leaders listen to false accusation, their associates become scoundrels. This is why it's not good to put out a lot of misinformation, right? And when these people, these groups that talk crap, trash on us and say we're rapists of little girls and we're wicked and this and that, when those people listen, there's the ones who follow them become scoundrels, right? They become scoundrels. Let's look up the word scoundrel. I just have a knack to look that up. Let's see what scoundrel mean. Let's see. Scoundrel is a base, worthless fellow, right? Basically, to hide, to put away. Basically, a worthless person. They become worthless. And this kind of mindset that they're doing and the way they're teaching, right? They're bringing an audience of entertainment. This has nothing to do with spirituality. And then every once in a while they'll throw something in there that goes into prophecy with Putin and so forth and so on. But then they'll go right back when the money gets low, right? Or they need more of the hustle. They bring up GMS. But, you know, sooner or later that's going to burn out. It gets old. You know? It gets old. Let me go on down here. The source of strife is found in an angry heart, for sins surround the life of a furious man. You know, lift yourselves up with pride and you will soon be brought low. But a meek and humble spirit will add to your honor. Right? You are your own worst enemy when you partner with a thief. You know, and this is why when you look at, I'm not going to say they're actually thieves, but, you know, what they do is when they sit there and they do these little hustles and make money, right, and there's not enough money to go around. I'm not saying this is the 100% case, but there's something wrong. So then they split and they said there's enough money to go around to hook a bunch of suckers. Right? We can hook a bunch of suckers. Let me go to this last verse. An unjust man is an abomination to the just. Right? See that? An unjust man is an abomination to the just. And he that is upright in the way is an abomination to the wicked. So this is why we have those feuds. This is why we go back and forth. Right? Which we don't need to go back and forth. But as far as doctrinal differences, we have the true doctrinal differences with these other groups. It's just that this group now that broke off from Sakari, Deacon Hakar, he's a child. You know, he behaves like one. He acts like one. Right? He acts like one of those little thug little children in middle school. Right? He hasn't grown up. And this is why he has those mannerisms and that behavior. Dancing around with his Mercedes, saying we hate on him because his Mercedes, he can rap. but his main man Hassad that he rolled with needed money and help, and he reached out to the audience and the people to fuel him the money. If you suckers, you want to keep getting taken by the money, then you just keep getting taken by the money. That's on you. We warned you. Anyway, that's all I have on that. Shalom.